In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible value team right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam. In my opinion, all of these cards on this 13-man rotation are going to be really good for their price, and that's exactly what I mean when I'm talking about the best value cards in this game are going to be cards that are really good for their price tag. So that could be a card that's 5,000 MT or 500,000, but just who is really worth their price value. And in my opinion, this is going to be a squad full of the best value cards in this game. So at the starting point guard position, I'm just super high and really do like this Dark Matter Stephon Castle card. I'm really high on this card. I think he is, honestly insane at the point guard position. I think his defense is top tier. I know he goes for close to like 300, 350k, and that is expensive for a point guard. But when we're talking about a point guard that can compete against the other top tier point guards in this game, like the 100 overall MJ, 100 overall Shea, 100 overalls, galore, like Penny Hardaway, a card that can compete for only 300,000 MT. To me personally, that's going to be really good value. I love Stephon Castle with the Pro 2 fade. I think that's something that doesn't really get talked about too much on this card, that he does have the Pro 2 fade. I really like his jump shot on very quick timing. He's got one of the best motion styles in this entire game with the Jalen Suggs motion style. I really like his dribble sigs, that Trae Young size up, that Kemba escape is really, really good. So I do think Stephon Castle is one of the better value cards in this entire game. Now, maybe one of the best, if not the best cards for his price is Pink Diamond Dr. J. I can't believe how cheap this card is, about 35 to 40,000 MT. And we're talking about Julius Erving, who is still one of the best shooting guards in this entire game. 6'7" at the 2, 6'11" wingspan, can be a good defender, really athletic card, great slasher. I love Dr. J's jump shot. He's also got very good movement in game with a great behind the back. So Dr. J, I mean, again, for his price, Stephon Castle is way more expensive, but for his price, Dr. J might be better just because he's a lot cheaper and can also compete with the top tier shooting guards in this game. Now, at the starting small forward position is, in my opinion, the second best small forward in this game. And I know a lot of people maybe won't agree with this, but I seriously think Dark Matter AK is the second best small forward in this game, right behind Chris Webber. I do think he's slightly better than Blake. I do think he's slightly better than Tim Thomas, and he only goes for about 400 to 450k. And I think for that price tag is a really good price for AK-47. He's a 6'9" small forward, 7-foot wingspan. The defense is obviously top tier, one of the best defensive cards in this entire game, but I seriously think he has one of the best catch and shoot jump shots in this entire game. That Matt Ryan base, Cody Martin upper on very quick. I seriously believe it to be one of the best just straight up catch and shoot releases. He's also got the Trae escape, which is amazing. The Jalen Green dribble style is not that bad. And I think this card is honestly just insane at the small forward position. Yes, he's expensive, but in my opinion, if he's a card that can compete with a Blake Griffin who is going for like 3.5, 4 million MT, if he can compete with a card that, Blake was obviously in the exchanges during the Bracket Busters Festival, but he was like millions and millions of MT. If he can compete with 100 overall Chris Webber, who's what, 2 million MT or at least 1.5 mil right now. So it's like, if he's able to compete with these type of cards and he's only 400k, I think that makes him really good value. Yes, more expensive, and we'll have some obviously cheaper cards here on this list that aren't as expensive as AK, but I do think for his price, he is still insanely good. At the power forward position, I think it's harder to get better value than Galaxy Obladino for like 60,000 MT. This is a power forward card that if you put him up against a Dark Matter D-Rob, a Dark Matter Chet, a Dark Matter Hakeem, a Dark Matter Embiid, whatever kind of top tier power forward you want to talk about besides the, Wilds, Tim Duncans. I mean, even against Tim Duncan, I feel like he does a really good job defensively, against one of the best offensive power forwards in this game, against pro pass Tim Duncan. I mean, I don't know, like I think Dino's insane. I think his wingspan really helps him out. His defensive animations are great. And then on offense, I think he's got a really good jump shot. And again, for 60,000 MT, I think is what makes Dino Raja one of the best value cards in my team. And then at the starting center position, we have to go for Pink Diamond Wemby. I mean, can you get better value than a card that goes for 200k and is seriously one of the best centers in this entire game? He's 7'4" at the center position with a 7'8" wingspan. And if you guys have played against Wemby, it doesn't really matter his stats and his badges. All it comes down to is really his jump shot, because if you've played this card, if you've used him, played against him, he seriously is uncontestable. And when I mean uncontestable, you can have Yao Ming. If you don't jump and you just put your hand up, Wemby will shoot over the top of you. So you have to make sure you're jumping every single time when Wemby has the ball, because if he goes to shoot and you don't jump and you just put a hand up, and even if you're right in Wemby's face, he pretty much just shoots right over the top of you, or pretty much like through your face. It does not matter. It's going to be a wide open shot. And then it just comes down to the user being able to green with Victor Wembanyama. So I think for that reason, also great defensively. He gets really good layup animations. He's great on the interior. I mean, just all around an absolute beast for only like 200k. I think he might be the best value card in this entire game. And then off the bench here, we're going to try to include some like cheaper cards here as well. For example, Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels, he's only 30,000 MT, and you know, I do think Stephon Castle is better with a way better jump shot, Pro 2 fade, and better dribble sigs. Stephon Castle is definitely a better point guard than Dyson, but Dyson's also 6'7", really good defender, maybe even better than Stephon Castle. Just does have a little bit lacking of offense compared to Stephon Castle, but he's only 30,000 MT. So again, for that price, makes him one of the best value cards in this game. I think George Gerving is one of the better value shooting guards in this game that honestly doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, this card is pretty much exactly 100,000 MT. You can definitely get this card on bid for 100k, and just all around a beast at shooting guard. 6'7" at the 2, 6'10" wingspan. I feel like he gets really good dunking animations. His jump shot is great. I like his dribble sigs across that board. Across the board, the Garland behind the back is amazing this year. And yeah, just all around a beast for 100,000 MT at the shooting guard position. Backup small forward, gotta include Michael Beasley. I think him and AK are very close to the small forward position. AK I do think is a much better defender, also having good dribble sigs and a good jump shot, where Beasley is only really good offensively, but Beasley is still maybe the best offensive small forward in this game, pretty much compared to any other card, but doesn't have the defense that AK does. But again, Beasley only goes for 75, 80, 85,000 MT. So I think for that price, you can maybe make the argument that Beasley's a better value card, but I do think AK personally is the better small forward. Talking about it, the power forward position, I still really like Galaxy Jaren. He's come down in price to like 70, 75, 80,000 MT, around the same price as a Pink Diamond Beasley. 6'10" at power forward, 7'4" wingspan, great defensively, 98 block, 96 interior defense, like really good defensive card, good speed. Still like his jump shot on quick timing. I think if we get a dark matter Jaren Jackson Jr. that can play like small forward in an out of position set, or maybe even shooting guard, I think Jaren's going to be one of the best cards in this game, just because of his jump shot. If it's on very quick, if he gets some better dribble sigs, he's such a good defender, has a really good player model in game, weighing 242 pounds with his player build and his blocking animations. I think this is one of the better value power forwards in my team. And then to round out the 10-man rotation, again, like I talked about, we're going to have a full 13-man rotation here in a second, but the 10-man rotation is going to be rounded out by Pink Diamond Porzingis. 35,000 MT, you get a 7'2" center card, really good jump shot. I think he's just a great offensive center. And then for the last 3 spots, I wanted to talk about cards like Robert Covington, who are extremely cheap, like 5,000 MT cheap, plays amazing defense, 6'9" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. I mean, just seriously one of the best budget cards in this entire game. And for that price tag, I think he's one of the best value cards in this game as well. Another really good shooting guard, yes, a lot more expensive, about 200, 250k, but that is Dark Matter Ron Artest. I think this card is definitely overhated, and I think is super underrated personally. I think he plays amazing defense, one of the best defenders in this game. I really like his jump shot, and he's got a little bit of movement to him as well. He's got some decent dribble sigs, able to create a shot when he needs to. And then if you guys want like a top tier power forward recommendation that's not going to cost you like an arm and a leg for like a Kareem, or you know, getting a Wilt Chamberlain, or you know, getting a Shaq or a Kristaps, I do think Dark Matter Chet for, you know, maybe about 400 to 500k, I think is really good at the power forward spot. Can also play center as well. Absolutely love that Chet card as a defender, and just overall a great big man card. But in my opinion, guys, this is going to be across the board the best value team in this entire game. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.